Hey everybody, it's time for another episode of Throwback Thursday, and today we're going back to 1995 to open up 2 boxes of 1995 Bowman, which was the hottest set back in 1995. If you were collecting back then, you might remember these days. You can see on the front of the box, we have Chipper Jones and Billy Ashley. Chipper Jones went on to be a Hall of Famer. Billy Ashley never really amounted to much at all. He was a great minor league player, put up great stats in the minors, but it never really translated to the big leagues. So this is what the box looks like. So there are 24 packs per box, and we're going to get right to it and open this up. We do have some sponsors today that bought into this Throwback Thursday break, and they are each going to take a stack of cards, and I'll show you their names in a second. The key rookie cards that we're looking for in this box would be Vladimir Guerrero would be the best one, Vladdy Sr. Also looking for Scott Rolen, Andruw Jones, Bartolo Cologne, Hideo Nomo, Bobby Abreu, Chris Carpenter. So a lot of good rookies in here. There's 429 cards in the set, and as you see, as in typical Bowman fashion, it is loaded with prospects and also Major League stars. There's also foil prospect cards in every pack, which are pretty cool. And 1 in 6 packs have a gold foil prospect card, which are slightly more valuable. So let's open this up and see what the inside looks like. We got a cardboard protective piece there. We'll throw that aside. And here is the design. We'll take out the first stack. The first stack of packs, the top left, this is going to Darren C., one of my, actually the top Patreon patron. There's 6 packs here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see nice packaging there. Used to buy these a lot in 1995, 10 cards per pack. 95 was probably my last big year collecting. I slowly started to wind down 96 and 97. I just remember I used to have a lot of 95 Bowman. All right, so here's our first look, well, for some of us at least, of 95 Bowman. You can see the design is kind of different. They've got a nice picture there, and then they have a reverse negative of the same picture on the left-hand side in like a green tint. The name is in gold. Got the Mets logo there. I always liked this design when I was a kid. I was pretty into this. On the back, also in typical Bowman fashion, if you remember your Bowman 1989 set, they break it down by team and show you the stats for each team and what they did. So looks like we might have a little bit of sticking together there, but not much. Reggie Sanders, Ken Hill, he was a beast with the Montreal Expos. Chris Wimmer, got to make sure these are sticking just a tad, not a lot, but just enough that I have to be extra careful taking them apart. Here's a good one. Mariano Rivera. His rookie card, of course, is 1992 Bowman, but that is still a really nice card. Like that Mariano a lot. There's a Tony Clark foil card. Tony Clark is the union head for the Players Association. Ozzie Smith and Steve, I can't read his name, Steve W. Next pack for Darren. I remember back in the day that the hottest card when this set first came out was Hideo Nomo, because that was the card everybody was looking for. Hideo Nomo was a top rookie that burst onto the scene. He wasn't actually really a rookie because he pitched in Japan for a few years and was a star over there. Came overseas to America and was lights out dominant with his little pitching motion where he turned his back to the batter, basically. It's pretty awesome. I remember getting the Hideo Nomo card when I was a kid and being super pumped out of a pack. Also remember pulling the Andruw Jones and Scott Rolen. I never did have the Vladimir Guerrero. My brother pulled the Vladdy. There's a John Donati foil card. These foil cards were pretty sweet. I always loved getting those. That was like the main reason for buying the pack for me. And the Hideo Nomo is a foil card like that, as is the Scott Rolen. The other ones that I mentioned before. Oh, look at this. Andruw Jones rookie card. This was a hot card back in the day. I remember this usually was sitting around like 40, 50 bucks. Andruw Jones rookie card for Darren C. Congratulations, Darren. I used to have this one, and it was one of the prized cards in my collection. I was really definitely into this card. I think I had 2 of it, actually. There's the back. Andruw Jones burst onto the scene. I think he was 18 years old when he came up. You can see he did not turn 18 until after the 95 season started, and he was just lights out as a teenager and continued to be awesome up until, I don't know, like age 30-ish, somewhere around there. Then basically got a little bit overweight, and the skills just really left him at the plate. But he was one of the greatest center fielders of all time. Won the Gold Glove basically every year. Like that one a lot. There's Rod Beck. Rest in peace, Rod Beck. Mark Langston. And Robin Ventura, former manager there of the White Sox. So that's 3 packs down for Darren. There's 3 left. Darren already had some good luck there, hitting the Andruw Jones right off the bat. Greg Maddux. You can see there's a nice mix of stars and younger players in there. Lenny Dykstra, John Burkett. And we've got some stickiness. Homer Bush, he was a speedy guy. Remember him. Tony Terry, don't remember Tony Terry too much. Ugeth Urbina, closer for the Expos. Deshaun Warren. Here's our, this card was a nice one too back in the day. Nomar Garciaparra. Nomar Garciaparra was really lights out for, I don't know, the first 10 years of his career. You might remember him with the Red Sox just as a superstar. I remember having his traded card from, what was it, 92 Topps Traded, I think it was. That card was a hot card back in the day. All right, next you got Dave Nilsson, the Australian, and sticking together with Chris Gomez, Mickey Tettleton, Brian Stevenson. You can see there's a tiny bit of paper loss if you take these too quick, so I'm trying not to rip through them. Trying to take my time and carefully separate them. Jimmy Haynes, former Orioles top prospect, never really amounted to much. And you'll like this one. Derek Jeter Gold. How about that one? Derek Jeter Gold foil card. Now, it's not his rookie card, but it's still really sweet. 95 top prospect, minor league MVP, Derek Jeter Gold. I don't think I ever had this card. Usually those gold cards book for at least double, if not triple, what the regular base card is worth. So we'll have to look up what a PSA 10 Derek Jeter Gold goes for, just for kicks, because that is a sweet-looking card. So Darren switches it up, and he's usually a bottom left guy. He went to the top left today, and it's paying off for him. Andruw Jones rookie card and Derek Jeter Gold foil prospect card. Pretty nice. This is Darren's last pack. We got a Cal Ripken Jr. on the front. Like that one a lot. Jr. was one of my favorite players growing up. Mike Lieberthal, power-hitting catcher. Mark Loretta. Desi Relaford. So still looking for the Vladdy. We'll probably find him. Paul Shuey. I remember Paul Shuey from the Indians, former closer. Armando Benitez, another former closer. Mets fans know him very well. And Angel Martinez is the last one. So those are Darren's cards. Darren, thanks for your support in the Throwback Thursdays. You got some good cards there, so I'm happy for you. Next, we're going to the top right. Top right stack is going to Dustin L. So let's see what Dustin gets out of his packs. These packs are a little harder for me to open. I can't open them like I usually do because my left hand got injured, so I don't have much strength in my my pointer finger. You can see it's kind of swollen up. I don't know if you can see that or not, but definitely don't have as much strength as usual. So if I'm opening the pack stupidly, sorry about that. Barry Larkin. He won the MVP award in 1995. 1995 was, it's a weird year for baseball. As you might recall, baseball went on strike in 1994. And look at this, Hideo Nomo. That was the hottest card of the 95 season when this first came out. And then, of course, Andruw Jones and Vladimir Guerrero and Scott Rollins, their stocks went way higher than Hideo Nomo's. But I used to love this card as a kid. Hideo Nomo, Rookie of the Year. Tom Pagnozzi and Matt Drews. Next pack. Only 24 packs per box. By the way, you can pick up a box of 95 Bowman for usually around $150 on eBay. And they're all factory sealed, so I didn't have to go and buy a Baseball Card Exchange authenticated box because they're factory sealed. As you can see, these packs would be impossible to search just because of the way they are packaged. And obviously they weren't searched because we're pulling good stuff already. Got the Nomo, got the Jeter Gold, got the Andruw Jones. All right, next up. Yeah, but anyway, 1995, as I was saying, that was the year baseball wrapped up its strike. They went on strike in August of 94, and then they came back in 95 near, I think it was like the end of April or so. So they missed first few weeks of the season, so they did not play a full 162-game season in 1995. I think it ended up being like 144 games. So that was kind of weird. That strike is what prompted a lot of collectors to leave the hobby. There's multiple reasons why the baseball card industry failed, among them being overproduction, skyrocketing prices, thereby alienating a lot of their base, which was young kids like us back in those days. And the strike also drove a lot of people away from baseball. I still stuck with baseball card collecting, as did my brother, up until like 97, 98, somewhere in there. I can look through my collection and see basically when I stopped collecting. I have some 98 Topps cards, but then after that, I went off to college in 99, fall of 99, and I just totally stopped collecting altogether. Moved on to a different hobby of collecting. I started collecting Dave Matthews Band bootlegs. Dave Matthews Band would allow their fans to record their shows to freely trade them. So I think I amassed like thousands of them, basically every show. Chris Truby, gold foil. Again, they're about 1 in 6. We'll pull about 1 per stack on average. Chris Truby never really materialized into the star that the Astros thought he was going to be. Wally Joyner, he was pretty good in his day. Orlando Miller, Brian Anderson. Get these sticky cards apart here. Glenn Dishman, Rich Auday from the Buccos. And we got some more stickiness here. Looks like they're just prospects that never panned out. And we have a Todd Green. Todd Green was a power-hitting prospect catcher. Greg Maddux again. And Eric Knowles. Last pack for Dustin L. I hope you find a Vladdy Sr. If you believe Beckett prices, that still books at $40. Still a nice card. I probably wouldn't pay more than $20 for it, though, if I could find it out there. Mark McGwire. Sticking together. We got to see Mark McGwire. There's Mark. Desi Relaford. That's one thing about cards from this era that I'm real hesitant about, is cards from like 93-ish up until, I don't know, like even mid-2000s stick together and you get paper loss. Like, I'm scared to death to do 93 Upper Deck for a Throwback Thursday, and I'm even looking at doing 93 SP with the Derek Jeter rookie card. That's Jeter's most valuable rookie card. But I am scared to death that I'm going to buy a box of 93 SP for like $2,500, and then every card's going to be all sticking together, and it's going to be an absolute catastrophe. So, a little bit scared about that. All right, I don't know if you saw the card on the back, but we got a pretty decent rookie card on the back. I think a lot of you guys will know this player. By the way, this is Joseph L's stack. So Joseph L is getting all of these. And again, this Throwback Thursday sold out in about a minute on Patreon. Went really fast, so thank you once again to all of you. It's a Bartolo Cologne rookie card. Bartolo Cologne just pitched in the major leagues as of last year. Really hung on for a long time. I don't know if we've seen the last of Bartolo. I hope not, because he was definitely entertaining to watch. You can see there he is with a gold tooth. He definitely got that fixed, because I don't remember seeing that in any recent years. But Bartolo Cologne, a rookie card, that's a nice one. I'd say that's probably like the, I don't know, 5th or 6th best card in the set. A lot of people probably would like to have that card. All right, next up, we've got Jay Buhner on the top. Brett Butler. Jason Ryan. Some prospects here. Homer Bush again. John Thompson. Andy Pettitte. Andy Pettitte gold foil card, or not gold foil, regular silver foil card. That's not his rookie card. His rookie card is 1993 Bowman, but that's still a nice card. Andy Pettitte, of course, had a really, really great career. Probably won't make the Hall of Fame. Ivan Rodriguez, by the way, speaking of Hall of Famers. But Andy Pettitte will probably stay on that ballot for the Hall of Fame for at least a few years and get some consideration. He definitely was fun to watch. He was one of my favorite players. In the mid-90s, I started to like the Yankees a lot. I started to really root for the core four. Mariano Rivera was my favorite player. I bought his rookie card before he became like the closer. I think this was like 95. I used to follow him as the setup man for John Wetland, and I just remember him having an absolute amazing 1995 season. I think it was his 95 season. Could be wrong. Could be 96. I do remember Rivera's first year, they tried him out as a starter, and it didn't go so well. Shawn Green. You might remember Shawn Green. His rookie card, I believe, is 92 tops, 92 upper deck, and so on. But he had a pretty nice career. Power hitting outfielder. Might remember him. I mostly remember him from his time with the Blue Jays. All right, here's our next pack. Ozzie Smith is on the top. Ivan Rodriguez. There's Will Clark, by the way. Looks like we got some sticking cards again. Trying not to cause too much paper loss. You can see there's a little bit. If you go in the light, you can see just a tad. Some people might just bend the cards back and forth to try to get them apart, but I'm trying to really avoid that as much as possible. Ruben Rivera. Remember, Ruben Rivera got released from the Yankees because he stole Derek Jeter's glove. He definitely did not fulfill his potential. I think it was Derek Jeter's glove, or he was definitely stealing memorabilia from the Yankees clubhouse, and he got caught. And he was a big-time prospect when he first came up, but he ended up falling short of those expectations. Kevin Brown, I believe Kevin Brown was the first $100 million pitcher in MLB, if I'm not mistaken. James Baldwin. All right, let's get to the Mark Valdez foil card, Tony Phillips, and John Carter. Final pack for Joseph L. Got a little bit of clear residue sticking on there or something. There we go. Chuck Finley is the first card. Carlos Delgado, his rookie card is 92 Bowman. Had a great, great career. Steve Traxel, Scott Sullivan. Then we've got Rick Gurecki. Still looking for Vladdy. Haven't found Vladdy yet. I'm hoping we find the Vladdy. Scott Ellerton, Craig Biggio, and Tate Seafried. Joseph L. is in the books. We got one more stack to go through from our first box. And then we'll get on to that second box. There we go. Last stack. Box is completely empty now, as you can see there. So I'll just toss that on the ground to be cleaned up later. Need to have as much room as possible. Chris C. has the bottom left. Let's see what Chris C. gets. We got Paul O'Neill, Tom Pagnozzi, Chan-Ho Park. His rookie card was 94 Bowman. He had a nice long career. Freddie Garcia from the Buccos. Let's see who else we get. Here's that foil one. It is a Jeff Abbott, Todd Zeal, and Enrique Wilson, journeyman middle infielder. All right, next pack. Kamara Barti is on the back. That's one of the Buccos coaches. Bip Roberts. Chuck Finley again. Scott Ruffcorn. Let's get these apart. Some more prospects that didn't really pan out. That's one thing about Bowman. If you go through your old Bowman sets, you're going to see a lot of these players just did not pan out. Just like this guy, Billy Ashley. Just amazing numbers in the minor leagues. Look at that. 37 home runs and only 388 at-bats. So if you translate out to like a 162-game season, that's like 50 home run power or so, 50 plus, 345 average. Just could never put it together in the majors. There's some guys like that that just tear up AAA, but then when they get the call to the bigs, game's a lot faster, and they just can't keep up. All right, next we got Brady Anderson. Little Brady Anderson once hit 50 home runs in a season. Pretty crazy. I think that was 96 he did that. What else we have? Darren Lewis, Damian Jackson, Kevin Gallagher, Matt Rowley. These are just more prospects that never panned out. Trot Nixon had a pretty nice career. There's Trot Nixon. And we get Ruben Rivera again, the thief, Ruben Rivera. Aaron Seeley, that was one of my brother's favorite players for a couple years there. I think when he first came up, we mispronounced his name as Aaron Seal before figuring out and hearing it on the broadcast somewhere that it's pronounced Seeley. All right, next pack, Craig Biggio, Hall of Famer. Then we got Ventura again, Billy Swift. There's the front of that, in case you want to see what Billy Swift looks like. Antonio Osuna. And we get another Billy Ashley, so 2 Billy Ashleys. And it's the gold one, gold foil card, Rod Beck and Bobby Higginson. Higginson had some pop. 2 more packs left from this first box. All right, let's see what we get. Cliff Floyd, Greg Maddux, Chuck Knobloch, along with Chuck Knobloch, by the way, was so error-prone. Some prospects that weren't very good. And Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter foil card. Check that one out. Nice card. We've already seen the gold foil, but now you get a silver one, so that's pretty cool. Matt Smith, Jose Rijo. And the last pack from the first box, then we'll get that second box up and running here. Still haven't found the Vladimir Guerrero or the Scott Rolen, so good thing we bought 2 boxes. That's the way it goes on Throwback Thursday. Sometimes we don't get all the cards we're looking for. That's why I do 2 boxes. It makes the video about 40 minutes long, but at least we can see most of the cards that we're searching for. I always feel bad when we do a Throwback Thursday and can't find the good stuff. Chris Truby, Darren Dalton, and Jay Canizaro, another prospect that kind of faded away. So that's the first box in the books. Thank you to all 4 of you that bought in. Second box, here we go. Get this one open. We also have sponsors for this. Go over their names as we go through it. Last box of Throwback Thursday for this week. Next week, we'll probably go back into the early 80s again. Probably back to, I don't know, 82 or 83, somewhere in there. All right, we got the top left box. That one's going to Jason C., or top left stack, I should say. So there's your 6 packs. Good luck, Jason. We are looking for a Vladimir Guerrero Senior rookie card. That's what I want to see. I see an Andy Pettit. Make sure these don't stick together. Maybe this box will be less sticky, or maybe not. About the same stickiness. Probably all the cards from this era are sticky. That's our first Manny Ramirez card that we're going to see coming up. His rookie card is 1992, but by 95, he was an established big leaguer. Terry Steinbach, a really good career. Catcher for the Oakland Athletics. Next pack, we've got Matt Brunson on the back. And we have a Chipper Jones, Steve Avery. Chipper Jones gold foil card. That's a nice one. Chipper Jones. Everyone knows his rookie card was 91 tops, but this is still a pretty cool card to have. On the back gives you a scouting report and everything. So there's Chipper for you Atlanta Braves fans. Hall of Famer. I still need to find that Scott Rolen. Jason Kendall. Another Hall of Famer right there. Lee Smith. Terry Steinbach again. And Mike Piazza. Another Hall of Famer. Hall of Fame catcher. Mike Piazza. One of the best offensive catchers of all time for sure. Next pack. Raphael something or other, failed prospect, Tony Gwynn. Really like Tony Gwynn a lot. I just bought a PSA 9, I think. Tony Gwynn, rookie card off of eBay. Should be here any day now. Let's see what else we have. Edgar Renteria is coming up. There's Edgar. You might remember him for scoring the game-winning run in the 97 World Series. Mike Piazza again, and Dante Bichette. Big slugger back in the mid-90s. His son, Bo Bichette. We'll be seeing him soon. I always liked Dante Bichette. For some reason, I like the Rockies of the 90s. Like, they had some sluggers on their team. That middle of the lineup, Bichette, Galarraga, Larry Walker, Vinny Castilla, Ellis Burks was there for a little while. Those guys could rake. And, of course, they had some help from the high altitude. But it was always fun seeing the long bombs hit in Colorado before the days of the humidor, which came along and basically deadened the ball out a little bit. So it wouldn't quite go so far. The thin air in Colorado would really make the ball fly. All right, 2 more packs left for Jason C. Will we find a Vladdy Senior rookie card? I hope so. Also looking for Scott Rolen. We've been getting all these foil cards, but still, there's Scott Ellerton. Still no Rolen. John Mabry. Kind of annoying how these cards go upside down like that. Go every which way. Kind of hard to show them properly when they're doing that. You can see I can flip it over, but then I got to flip back and forth again. Rafael Palmeiro. Hall of Fame numbers, but will never be a Hall of Famer because of PEDs. Then we got Jose Valentin and Eddie Rios. And last pack for Jason C. If I can get it open here. Olivia's down here. What are you doing, Olivia? You're looking for a nightlight? I'm just doing a Throwback Thursday episode. We're looking for... Oh, there he is! You brought us good luck, Livy. Vladimir Guerrero Rookie Card. That's Vladdy Jr.'s dad. This is the best card in all of these packs you can possibly find. Vladimir Guerrero, Hall of Famer. Check it out. That's him right there. There's the back. Vladdy Guerrero. Jason C. gets it. Very nice. That was one I was looking for. So really the only one that I still need to show you guys is Scott Rolen's rookie card, if we can find that one. I'm hoping that we can find it. Yeah. David Cohn. If you can find one, I don't know where they're at. So Jason C., congratulations on getting your Vladdy. You got the big hit. That's the best card in the set. So let's move on and let's pull out the next stack here. We'll go to the top right. Excuse me. That's Aaron W. Top right. Good luck, Aaron. Still need to find the Scott Rolen. Let's see if it's an Aaron stack. I hope it is. Still be nice to find maybe another Vladdy. As you saw, there's a good possibility of pulling 2 of the same card out of there. We've already pulled 2 Jeters. And James Baldwin, Brian Buchanan, Jack McDowell, Ray Langford, and Greg Vaughn, who was a slugger back in the day for the Brew Crew. Next pack, Julian Tavares. I remember him. He bounced around for a long time. Played for the Pirates for a brief stint. Ray Langford, Rod Henderson, Brian Meadows. These are some of these prospects. But the good thing about these prospects is the Vladdy would be in here. Or, I'm trying to think who else would be in there. Maybe Bartolo Cologne again. Next pack for Aaron W. Nomar Garciaparra. Second time we've seen him. If we're going to pull a Scott Rolen, it's going to be one of those foil cards. So I'm kind of like getting right to those as quickly as possible. Chanho Park. There's Juan Gonzalez, and Mike Greenwell. 3 packs left to go. On this Throwback Thursday, well, at least in this stack of Throwback Thursday, Paul Shuey again for the second time. Eric Owens, Brian Barber. Flip those over and show those to you because I know some of you might be related to Clay Carruthers, and I don't want to make you feel slighted that I skipped over your cousin or whatever. Joe Carter. It's a nice one. Joe Carter, not a Hall of Famer, but has one of the most famous hits of all time. Game-winning walk-off home run against the Phillies in the World Series. Might remember that one. Him galloping around the bases. Tony Clark again for the second time. Dante Bichette. Carl Everett. Let's just go like this and flip them over. Mike Hampton. That's not the pitcher that we all know from the Rockies / Astros / Mets. I believe Hampton was on the Mets for a while. Mike Hampton, that guy could hit. That was one pitcher that could rake. He was kind of a little guy, but Mike Hampton, I think there were some years where he approached double digits in home runs. All right, last pack for Aaron. And Aaron's got the Hideo Nomo. Some nice Dodgers back-to-back. Mike Piazza and Hideo Nomo. That's a nice one. Again, that Hideo Nomo was the hottest card back in the day. Edwin Diaz, Steve Gibraltar, Craig Wilson. That's not the Craig Wilson that I know from the Buccos. A different one. Barry Bonds, another Tony Gwynn, and Steve Avery. So that's Aaron W.'s pack in the books. Put your name on that stack with the Post-it note. Get this sent out your way in the next week or two. Now we're going to the bottom left, which leaves just one more stack left in there. This is going to Dave G. So good luck, Dave. See what you get in your 6 packs. Hope you get something good. All right, we start out with Jim Cole, Steve Traxel, Johnny Damon. I forgot about Johnny Damon. That's a nice one. Johnny Damon prospect card there. Jim Pitsley, Lou Collier, Mo Vaughn, and Jeff Conine. Conine the Barbarian, as his nickname was back then in 95. Actually, probably longer than 95. That name followed him around for a while. And get these out of this pack here. Juan Acevedo. Another Chris Truby. We just keep pulling Trubies. I think that's the 3rd one. Ugath Urbina again. Oh, that didn't sound good. Wayne Gomes, Shane Andrews, Jeff Conine again, and Delano DeShields. You might recognize that name. Delano DeShields Jr. is his son. Delano DeShields was a solid player for a good many years in the 90s. Jermaine Dye, Doug Dravick, Ben Grieve, top prospect for the A's. Bounced around season to season, was okay, but never really became a superstar in my opinion. I was hoping he would. I used to collect a lot of his cards. John Waston, sticking together with Mark McGuire. There's the Big Mac, Delano DeShields again, and Wilson Alvarez. He's in the no-hitter club. 3 packs left for Dave. Your first pack, you got a Lionel Roberts, Brooks Kieschnick. Brooks Kieschnick could have probably been a pitcher or a hitter when he was drafted. He was a very good pitcher. In fact, I think he tried a comeback as a pitcher after it didn't work out at the plate for him. Brooks Kieschnick. He had some power. Rick Aguilera, Eric Knowles, Wilson Alvarez again, and Jose Lima. You might remember Lima time. This guy was pretty crazy on the mound. Very fired up all the time. Rest in peace, Jose Lima. Troy Percival, really, really solid closer for many years. John Olerud, Ray Durham. See who else we get. Bobby Higginson. Sid Robertson. Let me try to peel these apart. David Bell. You guys all know David Bell, manager. Jose Lima again. So another Lima time card. And Andrew Lorraine. And the last pack for Dave G. We've got Scott Christman. Bob Hamelin. Calvin Reese, that's Pokey Reese. That was his original name that he went by before switching over to the nickname Pokey. Juan Acevedo, right there. Let's see what we get from these prospect cards that are sticking together. They're commons. Jeff D'Amico. I used to mispronounce his name. It was Jeff D'Amico when he first came up, before I learned and knew better. Dave Winfield, Hall of Famer. And the last ones, we get Fred McGriff. Andrew Lorraine. Fred McGriff should be a Hall of Famer. Hopefully someday he gets in. All right, so that takes us to our final stack on this Throwback Thursday. It's the bottom right. And these ones are going to Joseph B. So, Joseph, good luck. Still need to find us that Scott Rolen foil card. It's one of the better cards in the set. We found all the ones that I wanted except for that one. Paul Konerko, that's a nice one. Paul Konerko had a fabulous career. Ended a couple years ago, a few years ago. Let's see who else we have here. Some Pirates that never really made much of an impact at all. Ramon Morel and Rich Auday. Chuck Carr was a speedy guy. You might remember him. And we get Fred McGriff again. And Kirby Puckett. Rest in peace, Kirby Puckett. Great player. Not always the greatest guy off the field, but great, great player. Used to like watching Kirby Puckett. All right, Melvin Nieves, Royce Clayton. Oh, there it is. We got the Scott Rolen. We're just talking about this card, and it's a gold foil card, meaning it like doubles or triples in value. These are 6 times more rarer because they're 1 in 6 packs. So, Joseph P., congratulations. You got the final card we were looking for, Scott Rolen rookie card, and I see a Bartolo Cologne rookie right after that, so that's a pretty good pack. Scott Rolen, sitting on the Hall of Fame ballot, does not have enough support to get into the Hall of Fame, but you never know. He was an absolute great defender over at third base, had a very stellar Major League career, and that is a nice card. And then there's your Bartolo Cologne rookie card to boot. So, back-to-back. Congratulations. So we found everything we were looking for. Now let's just see if we can find any bonus cards of Vladdy Sr. Kind of weird saying of Vladdy Sr. now. I mean, you almost have to because everyone calls Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Vladdy. So gets the senior attached to his name there. 4 packs left on this Throwback Thursday. Let's see what else we can find out of here. Bobby Bonilla. Bobby Bonilla Day will be coming up soon in about, I don't know, a month and a half. Juan Melo. Don't remember him at all. Bobby Abreu rookie card. I almost forgot about that one. Bobby Abreu rookie card. Great career. Former home run derby champion. You might remember him hitting home run after home run out at Konerko Park years ago. I think he actually set the home run derby record back then. And Moises Alou, Travis Fryman. So we got 3 packs left. Let's see what we pull out of here. On top, we've got some prospect named Harry Berrios. John Hudak, my brother would love that card. Mark Grusilonic, a lot of people mispronounce his name. Whenever I watch Breakers, I kind of cringe when they say Mark Grusilonic or something like that. Mark Grusilonic had a nice little career. Trot Nixon, Todd Dunn, Pete Harnish, Moises Alou, and Neon Deion Sanders. 2 Sport Star there. His rookie card was 1990. All right, let's see. We've got 2 packs left. We've got Carlos Perez on the top. Got a Rockies foil card coming up. Oh, Ken Griffey Jr. We haven't seen this one yet. That's a nice card. Junior, the kid. Doug Million is your foil card in that one. Raul Casanova. So these are just prospects. Shannon Stewart sticking together with Matt Williams. Got a great 1994 season. Check out these stats. Does it even give us the totals? Yeah, 112 games. He hit 43 home runs. So, I mean, you give him 40 more games. Could he have hit, I don't know, 17, 18, 19 home runs to challenge Roger Maris's record? I think he would have because he was absolutely on fire that year. Also, Tony Gwynn in 1994 had his quest to be a 400 hitter wiped out. A lot of people think Tony Gwynn would have hit 400 and Matt Williams would have challenged Roger Maris's single-season record. And also, the Montreal Expos probably would have won the World Series, or at least had a really good shot. So 94 would have been an awesome, historic year. And then the strike ruined all of it. And that just really turned a lot of people off. John Carter, Fausto Macy, sticking to Steve Gibraltar. And a couple cards left here. Andy Bennis, Joey Hamilton, and the last card is Manny Ramirez. So, Joseph, got a pretty good stack there. Thank you for your support. And thank you to everyone that supported this episode of Fan Mail Friday. If you'd like to get in next, or not Fan Mail Friday, Throwback Thursday, I'm getting ahead of myself. If you'd like to be in next week's Throwback Thursday, just check out my Patreon page. I always post them there, usually the day of, sometime in the afternoon, because they do sell out rather quickly. So keep an eye on my Patreon page. If you're not already a member on Patreon, just do a little Google search, Patreon Jabs Family, or check in the description for the link. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you liked this episode of Throwback Thursday featuring 1995 Bowman. I'm glad that we were able to find all of the key rookie cards for you so you can know what to look for. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave a comment telling me what you think about 95 Bowman, or you can say basically anything in general. I really appreciate all of your support, and I will see you all tomorrow.